The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you like these podcasts and all the other content we create, head on over to our websites and purchase merch. Purchasing merch keeps us going and creating more content. Our websites are grinder-tv.com and livelifecustom.com. We really appreciate it. Now on to the episode.
Yo, can you hear me now?
There you go.
All right.
All right. So today you've got on a Day to Remember t-shirt from 24 last year.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Is that because we are getting ready to go back to a Day to Remember in a few weeks?
It is.
Oh, sweet. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in 3 weeks-ish, we'll be heading out to Las Vegas for a Day to Remember show at the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino. And actually, I think, well, no, it's too late now because it's coming out Monday. The pre-reg is passed. The hotel code is passed.
Yep.
Everything's passed.
Everything's passed. But I think you can register at the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just asked him a question last night because he was on their Instagram page and he was like, roll in this day, roll in that. And I said, can vendors come in Friday? He said Saturday.
Oh, really?
So it will be an early morning setup. Usually we get there. I don't know if we've set up the Easy Ups on Friday. I'm pretty sure we have, but I don't even know if we can park. If we can park in that parking lot on Saturday.
Right, because it's the parking lot across the street. Yeah, I do think we set up everything on Saturday morning usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
but
early.
But we park in the spot on Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
So hopefully we can park in the spot at least so we're not having to go walk somewhere, get the trailer.
Yeah.
And then he also said it looks like we have to move the trailers out.
Okay, so dump the stuff. And we had to do that anyway the last spot. That was a pretty normal thing.
That's true, yeah.
Pretty normal thing. I went to a show and I forgot who I was talking to. I don't know who it was, but I went to a show at the Stratosphere and it was many years ago, probably now 13, 14 years ago now.
The one that someone got stabbed at or shot at?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a Last Call show. Remember the Last Call shows?
Yeah, because I know that parking lot has had like the anti-Viva show there. I don't know if they still have it there, but I'm pretty sure it's there every year. And then there was either Last Call or something. I think it was Last Call. I didn't go. But
I went. I took my Mazda. I remember hanging out at there's this place called the Aztec that's right next to the Stratosphere. Mm-hmm. Dude, they had I think it was $2 PBRs. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was come to think of it, it was exactly 13 years ago because I had just turned 30 at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, a little trip down memory. I cannot remember whose show it was though.
Yeah, I just remember hearing about it, and I remember hearing about a shooting or a stabbing.
Dang. It is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It happens.
And that area is really...
Yeah.
I remember one year we went to SEMA, and me and Max Fish were staying at the D, and then Tim, which was one of Max's employees, and his wife or fiance at the time, they called us, and they're like, hey, can we come stay in your room?
Really?
They booked the hotel right next door to the Stratosphere at the very last minute.
Uh-huh.
And they said they got there, and they got their room key, and they went and looked, and they just like,
nope.
They were just like, nope.
Yeah, that is a rough part of town. That's like sort of the north side of the strip, I guess, or I don't know I'm not fully aware of the geographical.
There's a name for that area, and it's called like Naked Town or something like that.
Really interesting.
Yeah,
I've not heard of that.
But every spot in Vegas that was really bad is like still really bad, but you go there and there's like an art studio or they've gentrified it all. And
definitely that part of town, because the Punk Rock Museum is really close to that area as well. A lot of art. Remember one SEMA a couple years ago, we went up there and we ate at that chicken spot, and there was that like one street that was all like
that's
restaurants.
Right. That's by Fremont.
Yeah. That's sort of like kind of that area that it's kind of all the same down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That is gonna be a busy freaking month, dude.
Well, for me.
For me too. I'm going to the Day of the Dead thing.
Are you going to the Day of the Dead thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Going to the Day of the Dead thing. And then right after that, next weekend is A Day to Remember, and the weekend after that is Dino's.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun, and
it is,
and a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Day of the Dead. So I guess we're skipping to the upcoming things here since we're already talking about it.
Yeah, kind of.
I was supposed to be at a show Saturday, tomorrow.
Yep.
The 11th, but that got postponed because it's supposed to rain here.
Oh, that was the what's it called?
The Modded Culture Show.
Modded Culture Show. Yeah.
And I was really looking forward to that. And they postponed it. Now it's January 3rd.
January 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then nothing next weekend. And then the weekend after that is a show out here called Truckin' 48, which is taking place at where Severed used to have their show, Castles and Coasters. Mm-hmm. And then, really interested with that show because it's not a show that I've done before, but I've heard that it can get pretty big. Mm-hmm. So I'm really interested to see the response to, the stuff there, like my merchandise at that show.
What kind of show is it? It's
like street truck kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like trucks, but it's more like street trucks.
Mm-hmm.
I know a bunch of mini truckers went last year, and I think they're trying to get more there this year.
So a lot of NBS's, fast, big motors kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then, then the Day of the Dead. I'm really looking forward to that.
That's going to be fun. Back to the mod culture show. I've read the whole thing, and I guess the issue was because since they're going to have like drifting and stuff, that there is going to be some rain. So kind of like it's like a safety precaution kind of thing. Because usually, a lot of these shows, we say that like, oh, it's going to rain. And we're like, well, okay, fine. It always rains. We'll deal with it, But I think that one specifically is different because they're going to have it on a racetrack and they need to have, safety in mind. So that's a bummer though. I know you and Panda were pretty stoked about that one. And
yeah, I had all of my lights plugged into the little battery packs. I was testing how long they can last. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I messaged Panda. I was like, hey, it's probably going to rain. And he's like, it's not going to rain. And I was like, oh, now you sound like me. Mm-hmm. And and then like 2 hours later, they put out the emails. Mm-hmm. And but I'm stoked it's on January 3rd because I'll be able to go.
Yeah, January is going to be kind of an interesting month because like it's usually like nothing is going on. And now there's that, and now we have the Severed show later on in the month. Yep. So a couple things going on in January.
Yeah, looking forward to the Severed show big time. It's going to be it's a new location, Peoria Sports Complex. It's right like Bell and the 101, and so it's in the Padres where the Padres have spring training.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the whole area is like an entertainment district. Mm-hmm. So you have the
mall, lots of restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, bars, hotels. It's called P83. So it's what that show needed for sure. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it kind of needed like a little boost. Yeah, I was gonna say like a rejuvenation kind of thing. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's awesome. What else? Upcoming stuff. I think that's pretty much it for upcoming things.
The Forbidden Show.
Well, yeah, that's pretty far off.
That's pretty far.
Yeah,
but we did get our new presenting sponsor for that, which is Slam Specialties. So that's kind of cool.
Awesome. Heck yeah.
I need to start posting some stuff. We're gonna open up. If anyone's listening to this and they have questions about that, follow the Instagram page FFF_show. We're gonna open up pre-reg the first week of January.
Oh, okay.
And
someone messaged me about that, and I just pointed them towards the show email.
Yep, the show email, forbiddenfantasyshow@gmail.com, or the Instagram. That's where I contact anyone. So if you're a vendor, reach out to the email. If you're just asking general questions about the show, the Instagram's the best place to follow.
Right. And for those who I don't have an Instagram, well, find someone who does.
Yes, someone does.
Someone does. Someone in your club or your mom has an Instagram. Something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What else? So Cruise the Pines last weekend. That just happened.
So we went from upcoming events. Now we'll do a past event. We're going to do this a little backwards.
Yeah. It was fun, man. I had a lot of fun. Ran into some issues. couple issues. I talked about last week before the whole thing about my transmission, and so I was worried about that. I brought it home, took it to my mechanic. Mechanics, man.
No, this is not a mechanic issue. This has now become a Frank issue because
okay.
Your truck fixed itself.
I mean,
your truck fixed itself, and you still had to take it to the mechanic to go make sure it's fixed.
Yeah, well,
and
look, I'm the type of person who needs plenty of reassurance, right? Like,
but you don't need you are a very smart, intelligent person.
I am.
You do not need the person that obviously overfilled the transmission and did not check the transmission to tell you that now the transmission is fine.
I was gonna say,
listen, I have a quote unquote mechanic too.
Right.
I don't know if he listens.
Does he listen? Yeah. Does he listen?
I don't know if he does. But let's just say there's some things that I might know that he might not know, or
Maybe.
he might be forgetful, or he's a very busy person.
Right.
And sometimes mechanics just get.
I think what happened in my scenario was it was delegated to someone else and it maybe got overlooked. Let me explain what happened. So I get home. It was still as of when I left. So we'll get to the whole show in a minute, but we'll talk about the transmission thing in particular for a minute. So it came down to Saturday. Quick reference, I had not slept the night before. I don't know why. I think everything was just on top of my mind. I literally did not sleep. Went through the whole day Saturday, vendor, selling, filming, all the stuff. And it's about 5 o'clock. I had already packed up my things. I guess I just in a mode and I just like got all my stuff away. You were putting your stuff away. And I said, all right, man. And you said, I'll help you put your stuff away. And you were like, why don't you just leave? And I was like, why don't I just leave? And I kind of contemplated it for a while. And then I was like, what? Screw it. I'm going to leave. So I jumped in my truck and took off. And
this is after the show on Saturday.
This is after the show on Saturday. Yes, I did not leave early from the show. This is after the show on Saturday. Yeah, and everything went fine. Truck did great. Back down the hill, through the desert, all the way back to courtside. It was still dripping a little when I got to courtside, so it was still kind of like puking out a little bit. So I finally get it home. The next Monday, I take it to my mechanic, and I don't know if this is like a business thing, a mechanic thing, a liability thing. Like, he's not going to admit he overfilled it, right? So I go in there, and what was interesting is the person, his employee, who I think was the one, I know my mechanic does not listen to this. So the employee was like, I walk in the building and I walk kind of out to the shop and he's there, and the first thing he asked me is like, hey man, how's the transmission? So I'm like, you seem kind of eager to know how this transmission is, So I think he might have overfilled it, but anyway, so I was like, yeah, I said, I think it might have been overfilled, and I explained like the hash marks, how it was way past the top hash mark. He's like, oh, that's weird. So maybe we overfilled it a little bit. I'm all, a little bit. So anyway, so it's like, well, just check it out, make sure everything's cool. So he puts it up in the air, calls me later that day. What they ended up doing was they drained it, refilled it, ran it, drained it, and refilled it and checked it, which I think is the proper protocol for doing that kind of thing. I don't know what happened last time. Anyway, $100 later, that was...
He charged you?
He charged me.
You paid him?
I paid him.
Oh my God.
I know. That's I
would never.
I'm putting myself
take my
on blast.
vehicle. I would never take my truck back there.
I don't know, man.
Not even after that, and then after he charged you.
I know. I was like, cool, man, and because I do it out of courtesy. Like, I was like, he calls me up, explains how it went. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I'll come by and pick it up. And as a courtesy, I go, what do I owe you? And he said $100. Which, to be fair,
no, there's not to be fair.
To be fair,
there is not to. He caused you time, worriness because of what he did wrong.
I understand. I'm fully aware of all this.
Yeah.
But I'm sort of stuck in a pickle. But
not
anyway.
a pickle. You should have been like, thanks.
So, well, hold on. I'm trying to be fair, because we do that a lot. To be fair, if because he says that thing takes 6 quarts of oil to fill it. And if he drained it, refilled it, drained it, refilled it, that's 12 quarts of
But he would not have needed to get to that point.
I understand.
If he did it So there is not a to be fair. He should have paid you $100 for wasting your time.
That's a thing too.
Time is money. Like this is not a like, you know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
you had to go down there, get a ride back, go down, get a ride there, and then and pay him for that. Yeah. No, that is that's not good business.
So now the truck is sitting in the driveway, and we'll see what happens. But anyway. My life adventures, man.
We need to move on. This
is not good. You're like, this is pissing me off. Let's move forward. So anyway, back to the show.
At least my mechanic knows that he has mind lapses and will admit things all the time.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. I'm just one dude trying to survive in this world. Anyway, back to the show. Yeah. And more money and more problems. More money, more problems. We get up there, we do the cruise, which was a lot smaller this year. I mean, I think just because like the new format of the way the show is, cruising up on Friday, doing the show on Saturday, the cruise is a lot smaller. Although it was the same scenario it always is. Like it was those group of people, we took off, and then I was like behind you, and then that was like it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
kind of the thing with that show. So usually that show Saturday morning, we meet up at like 7 a.m, and then it's, you know, a big group. A majority of the show meets Saturday morning and cruises up the mountain and then rolls into the show. This time they did that on Friday. So obviously it's a lot smaller, and people kind of left on their own times too, because there's like the Sunset guys came up later, a few other people came up later, so there was multiple cruises throughout the day. But like when even at the biggest cruise, you can only see however many cars in front of you and a couple behind you. So you're really never getting that like big group cruise feel.
Right. Yeah. Well, because there's only ever really one spot where it turns into 2 lanes. Yeah. And you and I, because I was following you and I wanted to film you, and we barely had enough time just to get a couple clips going up that little stretch. So it is what it is, and that's why I think this new format works so well, because everybody can now make up their own time when they want to go, how they want to do it, who they want to go with, rather than like a chaotic taking off in the beginning. Because there's years past where, you know, they do their drivers meeting right before the cruise, and then everybody jumps in their trucks and it's absolute chaos trying to get out of somewhere, you know? So I think that really helps, because then everybody can go at their own pace and everything.
Yeah.
And so we go up there, cruise. Friday night was awesome. We jump in your truck. We cruise all around downtown Prescott, checking out different things. We met up with Oliver, and Oliver is a pseudo Prescottonian. You know, so he has a place up there, so he's up there a lot. So he was able to show us around and show us around in a way that I've never experienced that place before. You know, we went to that old bar. It was, I forget what it was called.
The Palace.
Yeah. And so he's like, you know, I'm saying this wrong, but he's all, Wyatt Earp hung out here, and this fool hung out here, and it's just like, it was almost like we were going on like a walking history tour thing.
We needed segways to drive around
with Oliver in the front with like pointing at, wearing like a red vest, pointing at different things. It was tons of fun. But the night resulted in me losing my key to the truck, to the locked truck that was at the show in the booth, like where the booth was going to be set up.
Yes.
And how I found that out was, the next morning we're getting ready. I looked down at the pants I was wearing the night before, and I keep all my keys on like those, I call them carbine clips. I think that's wrong too. Anyway, a clip on my belt. And so I look down, and there's the clip and no key. And I'm like, first I was in like a little denial. I was like, that's problematic. And then like it started like sinking. I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. No, that's a very problematic, which turned out not to be. So my first instinct was I jet outside of the truck. The key's not there. I'm like, I come back in the room. I'm like, man, we got a problem. I lost the key. And you were like, look, we'll figure it out. Right. So, you call a locksmith. Locksmith comes out there, and it does work out. Everything works out. The guy came, super cool dude, came out right away, stuck his little tool in there, and did some monkeying around, and then opened the, was basically like figuring out the tumbler combination, right? And then making a key off of that. But yeah, it was really just a minor blip in the whole thing,
I think that if you wanted to be like a car thief, you should first be a locksmith.
Oh yeah.
You could just get in and drive anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You could literally be like, I mean, obviously you could just do the locksmith thing to make money. But if you wanted to, like, I'm going to steal cars. Like if you're young and you're like, I'm gonna steal. You should probably go be a locksmith. It's way easier just to be the locksmith because you could just get in and start any car.
Yeah. I mean, it did take him it took him probably about 20 minutes to sit there and figure out the right combination. So that might be a little suspect, if you were boosting cars.
But it's quieter than breaking a window.
That's true. Yeah. So he helped us out, got it. So now I own 4 keys to the truck.
Yes.
Because I looked up the hours of the restaurant that we were at, and they didn't open up until 2 in the afternoon. So about 2-ish in the afternoon, I call them, the last place that we went to, and it was so funny because I call and I said, hey, I lost a key. It's a black key with a metal keychain that has 3 F's on it, and she goes, yeah, we got it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then she's all, what's your name? And I was like, oh, my name's Frank. I'll come pick him up. And she's like, all right, Frank, I'll see you when you get here. I was like, oh, that's funny. That's what I do. That's how I sign my thing. So I got my key, and now I'm the proud owner of 4 keys, which I found out that those are not the stock Toyota keys. I think someone lost the keys once before because I looked at the keys that came with the truck, and they're not stock Toyota keys. They're different.
Yes.
So what an adventure, man.
We just glossed over the fact I drove my truck up there.
I know. It's all about me right now and my shortcomings in life. Oh, and the locksmith cost me $118.
Well, it would have just evened out if you didn't give your mechanic $100.
I know. Oh my God. Angie's listening to this. She's like, "Oh, that's my husband."
I don't know for how much longer.
I know, right? She's just like, bro,
giving people money.
You're like, bro, you gotta fix something here. You gotta do something. But you drove your truck, which was super cool. That was its not maiden voyage, but the longest trip that you've driven it.
Longest trip I've driven it, and not just on flat ground, windy roads, steep mountains, and and it did good.
You were once we got to the top of the hill on the, because I always forget that there's actually 2 sections of mountain.
Yeah,
so,
me too. I always forget too.
We end up in that little valley, and then you start going up again.
Yeah,
but once you got to that second part, man, you were carving those corners.
Yeah, I was just kind of just seeing how it would react to certain things. It's not a fast truck, but it's a stick shift, and they're fun to drive on tight corners and stuff. And so I was just like, well, let's see what it does, and it did good, and then. Yeah. Did good all the way home.
Yeah, it did great.
No, it did not do anything weird at all.
No, didn't get hot, didn't sound no weird sounds. I mean, other than the normal weird sounds
other than all of the noise that it makes.
Yeah.
Which is just this mechanical thing it's very
sort of
loud thing.
How they have motorcycles have choppers and bobbers and stuff, and they're just really stripped down type version. That's what it is currently. In its current form, it's a very stripped down mini truck. It's just freaking motor and body and ground. That's it.
That's it. And it's a lot of metal and heat and smells and stuff, and it's just so it's gonna be fun to now fix that. Mm-hmm. It's what I mean. Obviously the truck runs and drives now, so it went from nothing to that, and now my goal is to make that quiet and more comfortable. And obviously with my new seats. The sitting position will be a little bit better on the way home, because the way that my foot is on the gas pedal and stuff, I use my other foot to prop up my heel.
Okay, yeah.
Like this, and then there was a point in time where I had my left foot on the gas pedal and my right foot just kind of like this. I was using my left
interesting.
Foot, just to cruise down, fifth gear, just and I was like, because there's no stretching out, so it's
yeah.
But
did you go from the show straight home, or did you go to Tanner's and do all what you said you're going to do?
No, I went straight home.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought, because the photo that you shared was
yeah, because he was so what happened was, if people the way I got my booth up there was we drove to Tanner's on Thursday on the way to Panda's, and with my Titan and the flatbed car trailer. And with all my booth in the Titan, took the booth stuff from the Titan, transferred it over to Tanner's girlfriend's Ranger, and then he unhooked the trailer, put the trailer on his truck, and then put the Ranger on that trailer. So now now my Titan and car trailers at Tanner's. So Sunday I just drove my Maverick down to Tanner's, unloaded all the booth stuff into the Maverick, loaded the Maverick onto the trailer,
Oh,
then,
I see.
And then towed the Maverick home. It's very. I live far enough away from people where I can't just be like, hey, yo, can you give me a ride?
Yeah.
And if it's an Uber, it's a $30 or $40 Uber ride. So it's like, I'm lucky I have this trailer. Which
you kind of have this
the
scenario.
trailer actually comes in play with another topic that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But so I'm just always like, huh. And even with like the giveaway truck that is at the mechanic, like I trailered that down there, and to go pick that up, I was going to do all these things, but yeah, it's just a kind of a circus.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you'll get that dialed in more, that was, I think that just really worked out for this scenario, getting your truck and your booth to a show.
Well, that's because it was close enough I could drive my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going to be a thing this weekend too with that mod call. I was going to drive my Tacoma, and then Brent was going to come out, and I was going to have him take the Maverick down with all the boost stuff in it. And then the truck and 48 show is kind of the same thing. It's like, if I want to get my booth and the Tacoma there, I either need to load it's kind of silly to load the Tacoma on a trailer and take it to the show and unload it at the show.
Yeah.
It's not like a nice enough truck to do that, I don't think. It's a cool enough truck to drive there and put in the booth. But like to trailer it there, right now it just doesn't make enough sense for me to do that.
I did that a couple times where I loaded the booth in the Titan and then towed the 4Runner out there, and it worked just fine. And this is, take this however you want, but it was a lot of extra work to like unload the truck.
Yeah, but it's farther away.
Yeah, makes more sense.
It makes more sense that way. And your truck was painted. Like,
yeah,
if my truck was painted and all that stuff, then yeah, it's gonna make more sense to take it to California on a trailer with the boost stuff in the bed of the Titan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So now I'm just like, do I not take the truck? I want to take the truck to the truck and fort, but I just don't think I am. I think I'm just going to load everything in the Maverick and then drive the Maverick down there because I have to come home and unload everything and then going to a music thing that night, the Viagra Boy thing.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So and then my perspective on that was I just had a lot of fun hanging out with you and driving around in your truck, dude. It was a lot of fun. We said this a couple times. I don't know if we said this out loud, but we're at this point now where we're like catching up and like doing the thing that we want to do, and it was so much fun to have a cool truck at the event and rip around in it, Yeah.
Cause when we drove straight from here, I did the cruise up and just drove straight to the show. And the nice thing that they didn't do this before is all the vendors can set up on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to set up because it gets windy up there. So we just were like, I was like, we'll just leave your truck here in the booth and we'll set up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just cruise around in my truck. And it was cool because we did that. We went down to Prescott and, it's only 4 miles to like the square, the downtown square. Parked, ate some food with some Extreme Lows guys there. I don't know if that guy, the Yankees fan, listens to this podcast.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
But I'm going to tell you something. You lost.
You're gonna lose.
So a little backstory. There was a bunch of Extreme Lows guys there, and there was a guy there, and he walked up to you specifically because you had the Dodger hat on, and he looked at you and said, "You're going to lose." And he's talking about the Major League Baseball playoffs right now, and
yeah,
let's just say that the Dodgers moved to the next round, and the Yankees did not.
They did not. The opening question was interesting with that guy because the first thing he asked me is like, "Free hat? Did you get that as a free hat?" I'm all, "Why would I get that?" No. And then
like
he proceeded.
Like it was a charity or something?
Yeah, I didn't get that part. But it was all good fun. He was a cool dude.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
But yeah, he was like, and what we said in there was like, he was like a baseball dude. It wasn't just like, someone who like, I like the Yankees, like Dodgers kind of thing. He was like a baseball dude. He had Derek Jeter tattooed on his arm.
Yeah, wild.
So like he was a cool.
I was thinking about that guy watching the
me
Yankees
too.
lose. I was just like, man, that guy's going nuts right now.
Yeah, me too. I don't think he listens because I don't think he knows who we are because he didn't.
Yeah, I just think he knew we were mini truck guys.
Right. Yeah.
But anyways, so we parked it. The other funny thing about that is, Oliver's mom.
Oh my God,
they have a cabin up there, right?
Yeah.
So my truck's parked but people were taking pictures of it and sending me pictures as they drove by
while we were downtown for lunch.
While we were downtown, and apparently Oliver's mom texted Oliver and was like, "Hey, I saw this little truck down there, a little white one." But I don't think it could be there for the show because it was just super basic.
Yeah, it was basically a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It was hilarious because she's
funny.
her only mini truck experience is Oliver's truck, which is
one of the nicest ones.
Yeah, and then you see mine, and she's like, "Oh, it's just there. There's no way it could be up there for the show."
Yeah, because she thinks that all the trucks in attendance are the same thing as Oliver's truck.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty fun.
It was funny.
It was fun. And then we left pizza or lunch or whatever, and then we drove to the hotel, checked in, then we drove back to the show, and we just hung out because there's camping there too. So people can, there's a bunch of clubs camping Friday night, Saturday night. So we just hung out with the Perfect Poise guys and walked around, and it was so nice not having to like rush or anything. Like everything was there.
And that was my takeaway from the whole show. This is my summary of it, which is it was literally the complete opposite. Because if it was high energy, kind of chaotic, go before, I felt like it was the other extreme. It was so chill.
Yeah.
Like it was really, really chill to the point where like there wasn't a lot of people moving around on Saturday. I noticed, kind of floating in and out. Like it wasn't as busy, which is cool. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, which was good because everybody was like just chill, having a good time. But it was just such a weird experience going so many years before with the other way.
Yeah.
Still had a blast though.
Yep, it was perfect. I told him that's definitely like that show the cruise was always the part of that show. It was always in the summertime when you went from the desert to the pines because it's cooler up there, so it was like an escape. I think my first year of that show was 2005 or 6, but I think 2005. And the show aspect wasn't the big part of it. We would cruise, and then we would go to Charles Armstrong, the kid, his shop. He had an open house. And then that's kind of like the thing. And then everyone just partied on Whiskey Row.
Yeah.
And then it turned into the show. And now it's turned into like an entire weekend thing. And the show being more the focus than the actual cruise.
Yeah.
So,
and that's an interesting take too, because like it wasn't like we were just the ones who weren't like out on Whiskey Row, partying or anything. It was kind of I think as everybody's now getting older and everybody's like attitude is kind of shifting. It has shifted into now the more like chill, hang out, chill, go eat. Hang out, you know what I mean?
The raging parties downtown.
Which is actually really fun, man. Like hanging out on those rocks, chopping it up and then going out cruising around the truck. And even like, because technically we were bar hopping, but in a different way. It wasn't like we were like, all right, man, we're here to get absolutely trashed. Let's go. It was like, hey, check out this really cool thing. Yeah, that's cool. Hang out for a little bit. Now let's go check out this really cool thing.
Yeah. We sat on this balcony of this bar for a while and then walked into another one. And then we walked down to the Cortez, I think it was. Sat on like couches with a fireplace.
Yeah. It was very adultish.
It was super adultish. And then we walked there to this speakeasy where Tanner and Izzy and those guys were.
Yeah.
And
that's right. We learned all about farming that night.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Izzy, how did he? I don't want to misquote him. I think he called himself Chicken Jesus.
Yeah. Because he is. He
is. He's Chicken Jesus.
Yeah, he keeps him alive. So like, so it was just like and then we left there. It was like midnight, something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
And then we just got to the truck, drove to the hotel, and it wasn't like in the morning, like, it was like you were like, my keys.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I don't know why I get in this mode sometimes where I just literally just can't sleep. So I was just laying there for like 6 hours.
It took me years to get out of a mode like that. I would be high anxiety because I knew my high anxiety was because I had to film and do the booth. That's when I got like, and I was being paid by the show promoter usually. So like I had this thing where I had to get certain amount of coverage, like roll in and all this stuff. So I was like anxious to get that because it was part of the video, and then anxious to set the booth up and make sure that it took a long time for that to go away. And for me to realize that the footage, I can get any footage, I can do whatever. And it's just, and then especially now with the not doing is like the detailed show coverage or not having to be paid by a show. So there's no expectations.
Yeah.
The only expectations I set are my own. But yeah, it took a long time to get over that type of anxiety.
Speaking of videos, I think my video's out today.
Mine too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you already did yours? Dang. That's man. Look at us, man.
I know. See, I told you. Yeah, it's all good.
Dude.
Like,
yeah. So I think mine's out today. If it's not out today, because this episode's going on my channel, so if it's not currently out today on this channel, then it'll probably be tomorrow, Tuesday. But yeah, I just got home, started, and it was like, yeah, it was the same thing. It wasn't. I was like worried about making this like show video, although. In my head, when I began the journey, began the weekend, I was like, I think this is going to be more about, the truck and taking it to Pandas and then a little bit of show. But it actually turned out to be mostly about the show.
Yeah, mine was.
And just like that organically happened,
Yeah. Mine was, pretty much the same thing. It was just kind of like cruise up with my vertical shots of my truck driving, no horizontal shots of my truck driving.
I gave you a couple.
There was only verticals in there.
No.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll.
Send me some horizontal ones.
Yeah, I got horizontal ones.
Didn't do vertical ones. And I meant to ask you that. I was going to ask you that on here if you did do any vertical ones.
Oh, yeah, because I mean, it's going to be the exact same shot as in my video, but, whatever.
Yeah. It's only a real quick one of mine anyways. But, it was kind of that. Just like, and then I actually got a lot of show coverage. Like, I walked around with the camera and I was like, because I was just like, let me run around handheld, not, you know what I mean? And just, it's not like super highly edited. It's literally just
me neither.
A little bit of a beat, a couple minutes of show coverage, people talking, and then it ends with like a bunch of people saying hi, and then it cuts to my next adventure that I did the other day.
Well, let's get into it.
So,
I was thinking about this because I want to say this because everybody always says this to the point where I'm like, okay. As the kids say, you did a thing.
I did a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a thing. I have been looking for a new Titan XD 2020 to 2024. And like I'll go online, I'll go like cars.com or whatever, because all the dealerships always list through all these sites. True car, they're all the same, and they all kind of like whatever. So I found one a few months ago, and I think I told everybody, like, I went down there and they had already sold it. I was like, great. And then it happened to me again. And then I was like, well, whatever. Like, I don't need.
Oh, it happened. You got one sold out from under you again?
Twice.
Oh, I thought that only happened one time.
First one I was real bummed about because it was such a good deal.
Right. I remember that.
But it wasn't the right color. I had this color combo. I have this whole thing in mind.
Yeah.
But I would definitely get a different color for this one was a good enough price where I'll be like, what? I don't care what color.
This was not the color you chose. You wanted.
The one I have now is.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
The one that got sold out from under me was blue.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I don't really want blue, but it was.
If everything else lined up, that was.
Oh yeah, and the price was out of. I was just like, whatever. Anyways, that's why it sold so fast. But yeah, so I'm like, it was Tuesday night. Because what's today? Today's Friday, Thursday. Did I go Wednesday? Yeah. So Tuesday night, I was just like, it was like 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night or something, and I was like, I always like Titan XD for sale, and I go and I look, and there was this one, and I'm all, And the first thing I do is I look at the trim. So there's Titan S, Titan SV, Pro 4X, and Platinum. Titan S is the very stripped down model. It doesn't have captain's chairs. It's got the front row. It doesn't have the bigger screen in the dash. Like, it's just very stripped down. And so I didn't want an S. So I was like, an SV is what I wanted, because the Pro 4X, which is like the equivalent to like the TRD Pro, that doesn't come factory with seat heaters. It comes factory with a bunch of off-roady stuff.
Interesting.
Like, it comes factory with,
because it's not necessarily luxury, it's more performance.
Yeah, it comes with like skid plates, electric diff lock, and they all Titan XDs from 2020 to 2024 come factory four-wheel drive. So, and factory crew cab long bed. So I was like, that's exactly what I want. But the SVs, the SV package, all have seat heaters. So I was looking for an SV. And how you know this is I look at the center console where the entertainment thing, and then down here there's two buttons. They're like rocker switches. If I see those rocker switches, I know it has seat heaters.
Oh, okay.
And some Pro 4X models, they added the seat heaters on. So this one, I used to go straight to the interior picture, and I look, and it has knobs. What the knobs are is ventilated seats and heated seats.
Oh, ventilated. So that's like, it blows a little air up in there?
Yeah, like AC air. It takes the air
nice.
conditioner and blows it in. So I was like, oh, this one's got some options on it. So then I started looking at more of the options, and I'm like, oh, this one's fully loaded. It's it's a Pro 4X.
Right.
Fully loaded.
Wow. So it's almost like a Platinum Pro 4X.
Yeah. Wow. And then I was like, I looked at the price. And the mileage. And I was like, so I went, Dunk. I went to apply for credit. Came back, accepted. I got a phone call instantly. And the dude was like, he's like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, well, if you could do this and this, I'll drive up tomorrow and buy it. And he's like, all right. So he came back with the price and the interest rate. And I was like, well, I could get this interest rate for my credit union. And he's like, all right, well, just, whatever. So I took I was like, it's late at night. So I had to move all the cars back around. I took my Titan, pulled the trailer out. I hooked the trailer up to the Maverick, the car hauler.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I could fly up there real quick, and I looked at flights, and there was $100, and then I would have to still get from the airport to this place, and it was far from the airport. It's on the far northwest side of Vegas. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna pull the trailer up there. So I hooked it all up, and then left at 5:00 in the morning and drove up there. And let me tell you what, pulling that trailer with that Maverick is super simple, but that trailer has upgraded heavy-duty leaf springs on it.
Oh, man, it was just knocking you around.
I'm just like, it wasn't knocking it around, but it was not it was not an enjoyable.
Right.
It was fine on smooth roads, but the second you started, there's a road between Kingman and Vegas, and it's just no, it doesn't do that.
Oh, it doesn't buck.
Nope. It just goes dum 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 dum, because the trailer has no suspension, and it's a unibody vehicle, so it's just plugged into this thing, and you hear everything.
Oh, man.
But it was fine. It did good. And then the funniest part was that this was at a Ford dealership. So I roll and I pull right. The only parking spots were right in the front. So I pulled this with this lowered Maverick, pulling this big car hauler, which is wider than the truck by feet.
Right.
And these guys were like,
what the?
And then the salesman guy, he's like, you pull that Maverick? He's like, you're not towing the I said, no.
You should have been like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm here for?
Yeah. So anyways, made the deal. And that first they tried to offer me one APR. And I was like, look, my credit union already said this APR. He's like, well, I was like, why don't you just match the APR? Because that's how they make their money, right? They get kickbacks from the bank on the finance rate. Mm-hmm. So they matched the APR that the credit union was going to give me, and
so it all worked out.
Got the key. I didn't even drive the truck.
Well, you didn't need to.
I didn't need to.
It was it.
I was it. And then, but when I went out to get in the truck, and I was like, oh wait, there's more to this than even in the pictures.
Really?
Yeah. It's got the sunroof that goes all the way to the back of the truck. So it's got this motorized shield that goes back, and then the sunroof. Power back window. It's all Pro 4X is all leather with red trim. It's that's just the little slide.
Oh yeah, and it's not a Toyota.
No, it's not that one. No, but it's got the Fender upgraded stereo, so 12 speaker stereo.
Nice.
It's got all these things. I thought I was gonna have buyer's remorse. I have zero buyer's remorse.
That's awesome.
It was because it was the thing I wanted and more.
Yeah.
For way cheaper than, and it was only a one owner truck.
What year is it?
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a brand new truck.
55,000 miles on it.
Yeah. That's great. That's also really cool because you are, and I may be talking out of my butt right now, but you're with miles already on it. You're more inclined to drive it more rather than having a brand new truck with 0 miles, and you're like every 10,000 miles, you're like, you know, what I mean? It's already let's go. We got some miles. Let's get it.
Don't care. It's got 330 less thousand miles than my current truck.
That's true. Yeah. That's really cool. I'm really happy for you, man. That is so cool. And that goes back to what we always talk about is have a plan, have patience, the
thing will happen. Yeah. I mean, even this thing, it's got the Titan boxes in it in the bed.
Titan boxes, what does that mean?
The storage boxes.
I don't know what those are. Oh, inside the sides?
Inside the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the sides of the bed, which I'm not a super fan of, but I'm looking at them more and more, and I'm like, huh. And
I like how it's a 4-door long bed. Yeah. That's nice. That is super nice because that makes it so much more usable. Yeah. Because that was the thing about my Titan. It was a 4-door short bed, and it was, it's fine, right? But yeah, definitely having the long bed is a super plus.
Yeah, because they make those in Tundras too. They make the four-door long beds in Tundras too, but they don't make like I was looking at Tundras 4-door, but they don't make. There's none around. They made so very few of them that you cannot find them.
Are they the Tundras? Because are they the double cabs or
no? They're the crew. We've talked about this.
We've talked about
at least 10 times on the podcast before.
All right, that's fine.
And I still cannot believe that you went and bought a truck and had no idea that they made.
I don't know if you remember our conversation from earlier in this episode.
They made Toyota Tundras make your truck with a long bed on it.
Oh. That would look weird. At least your truck looks proportioned.
Why would it not look weird? Why would it look weird?
Yeah, it looks super long. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's the same exact proportion as my truck.
Do you remember a funny thing? You're talking about that power back window. Do you remember a funny thing when we were in Utah that one time and Angie was with us? And she was in the back, and she's like, "Open up the thing," but yours was manual and mine was power, and you're like, "What do you think this is?"
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
No, the crew cab Tundra long beds are the same exact proportions as that Titan. Why would you think they would be a weird proportion?
I don't know, just because like I always think about the 4-door quad cab Titans with 8-foot beds, and they look very strange to me.
They didn't have 4-doors, didn't have 8-foot beds,
or the longer bed.
They still were proportioned. You're thinking of a king cab long bed.
Maybe.
Because that is when the wheels, the 8-foot beds on the Tundras and the Titans, when the wheels are way set far back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. So very happy for you. Now we have officially broken the Tundra Bro pact.
The Tundra Bro pack?
Yeah, when we said that we were just going to drive our Titans until they absolutely
That's the Titan Bro pack.
I always get those two confused. Jesus. The Titan Bro pack. The Tundra. You know, I don't have a Tundra. I only rock Nissans up over here.
But yeah.
The other thing that I was going to say about what you were telling me about during your story was the no buyer's remorse thing, because I distinctly remember when you had the Maverick, you were having some like, did I make the right decisions? Yeah. So that's cool now that you've got this. Now you're just like, that's 100%. Like, it's exactly what you wanted.
The other funny thing about it, which I did not know, is look at the lights in the front.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got like lights on the mirror. Man. Like, look at the light under the mirror.
Dang. That thing is tough, dude.
It's got, it's like, I was like, man, this thing has all these options that I didn't care about. But now that you have them, I'm like,
yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of nice. It's even got the gooseneck attachments in the bed, which not all of them do. Like a lot of the Titan XDs, their holes aren't drilled out for the gooseneck. The gooseneck thing is under there, but they're not drilled out. And these have the cap. Not that I'm gonna ever pull a fucking gooseneck.
Yeah. What's the towing capacity on it?
It's like 12,000 pounds or something.
Yeah, because it's an XD. It's like got a couple.
So that's the thing, right? So this truck is not the XDs are not 3/4 ton trucks. They're in the middle of a 1/2 ton and 3/4 ton.
Remember how they used to have? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but to interject, like, remember Chevy had those heavy halves? Something you don't remember that? Like they advertised. I think they were like a late '90s thing where they were heavy 1/2 ton. They were 1,500 trucks, but on they weren't on 8-lug suspension, but they advertised them as like not quite a 3/4 ton, but more than a 1/2 ton.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is, right? So it's on a different frame than the regular Titan. So it's on a bigger frame, bigger suspension, bigger brakes, but it's the same motor. It's the same cab. It's just a different bed and suspension. And the thing with these two is they don't pull like you get F-150 and it's rated for 13,000 pounds.
Oh wow!
You get even the Tundras are like 12.
Yeah, they're like 12.
But you have to see what you're configuring, because if you get a truck that's the max tow rating is like 13, that's usually like a standard cab pickup truck.
Oh, I see.
Once you get into a crew cab pickup truck, even with the long bed on it, the truck now weighs more. And so even the top of the line, like a Platinum or whatever, those trucks actually tow less because there's more weight on the rating part of the whole thing. But anyways, I wanted the payload, because so the payload capacity in the weight in the bed is more than the 1/2 ton trucks. So even though like an F-150 can tow a little bit more, the payload's less, or the Tundra can tow a tiny bit more, the payload's less. And I wanted the payload to be more, and I also wanted I didn't care about towing a lot. I just needed it to tow a little more than mine does.
Yeah.
Because mine will tow.
And like you said, with 330,000 miles or 300 whatever thousand miles less.
Yeah. It's more or less about confidence of towing across country than confidence of capability wise.
Yeah. Well, especially now, because like what started the whole thing. Well, I mean, you've been talking, you have been talking about like new trucks for a long time, but really kicked this into the next gear was when you got the new trailer, the new enclosed trailer.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. It's like, okay, if I'm going to take my Booth and my Tacoma, I could do that with the open trailer, but then we would have to take 2 vehicles to mini nats or 2 vehicles here. So I'm like, we could fit 2 to 3 booths in the big trailer and the truck in there, and I'll drive in 1 vehicle. So it's actually cheaper for everyone to go. And then if I wanted to go, like my biggest thing too is like, if I want to go somewhere for 2 or 3 weeks, I want to get a camper in the bed, and then I can still tow all the booth stuff in the enclosed trailer with the truck in there and take like a long trip. And,
that's cool.
The downside to this truck is it gets horrendous gas mileage.
Oh, really?
So Titans didn't get the best gas mileage as is because they were still just a V8 truck. And so they only got like, I think at the most like 21 miles per gallon in the smaller truck, but this is the bigger truck, so it weighs more. They don't even have to tell you how much gas mileage it gets because it's it's a heavier duty truck, so there's no EPA rating or anything.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't buy this truck for gas mileage. I have a Maverick for gas mileage.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to use this truck to tow back east, it's whatever, you know what I mean? It's not 10 miles to the gallon. That's what my Titan would have gotten. And and then, you know, I could have got, and that's the other thing is like, oh, I could have got a 3/4 ton F-250. That's everyone's like, just get a diesel, get 20 miles to the gallon towing. I'm like, yeah, but it's $70,000.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could get the work truck XLT for $55,000, but the interior and the options are not like this.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got a luxury
truck.
That's
the trade-off, right? Is the getting the truck that has a tiny bit less capability, and but it's cheaper and it's nicer and more comfortable and it's kind of a fun story, right? Like I got the very first Titan in 2004, and I really wanted a 2024 Titan because it would have been 20 years later, kind of, and that's the last Titan they stopped making in 24. So I'm just like, this is fine. It's still in the same, truck. So
it's great. It's a great story. So now the old tit being put away a little bit, maybe something later on, maybe
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Just put it away for now. Just let her have a rest. Yeah. Put a lot of work in. Let the old girl rest.
I might put it up for sale just to see if I get any bites on it. Because I was actually going through photos of it. Because I washed it a few months ago. Like I detailed it, washed it, took some nice photos of it. And I was looking at those photos and I was like, man, this is a nice truck. Mm-hmm. You know, like maybe I could get a little bit of money for it. So I might just throw it on there, see if someone bites. But it's got a lot of miles. I don't think it's not a Chevy or a Ford or a Toyota. You know what I mean? Where high mileage on those trucks. People are diehard Chevy fans and diehard Ford fans, so they don't care about mileage. And then Toyotas can go more mileage, and people don't care about those because they're just resale values good. Titans are kind of trash when it comes to that. So like,
I know that.
Oh, did you still have yours or what? Because you said you might have sold it.
I might have sold it. I'm not sure. I think so. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But I'll let everybody know about that as that progresses. But yeah, that's really cool. And then you felt real good driving it home, huh? Just cruising.
Being that it's the long wheelbase, it's a longer wheelbase. It just tows.
No, I mean just you've like mentally.
Oh yeah. There was
you're just like it is nice to when you get into something like when I first got the Tundra, not Titan, Tundra. It's just nice because like for a long time we were talking about these trucks and about why upgrade? They're the exact same thing and all of this stuff. But then once you get in it and start using it, you're like, this is really freaking nice.
Yeah. And I think from a financially responsible perspective, and this between both of us kind of like we did those first trucks, those 2 Titans, like we kept them for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people will just buy a truck and then buy a new truck and buy a new truck. And they make more money, obviously, but like,
well, you might be
feel
surprised.
Like, yeah, I feel like I did the financially responsible thing by taking that truck to 380 something thousand miles.
It's the dream.
And just going to, I mean, I could still drive it. I could still do these things, but
it's not dead.
It's not dead. And everything's new on it. I have to put no money into it. But the next thing to put money into that thing will be more than like if I have to buy a motor, if I have to buy a transmission.
Yeah.
I could get a used transmission and a used motor, but it's still labor to do it. That next chapter of rejuvenating that truck will be too much money.
Right. Yeah.
Everything I've done to it, we did the seats, did the leaf springs, did the front suspension to keep the wheels turning and comfortable and reliable. But it's going to come to a time when something happens.
Yeah. You want an interesting take? That what you described is the dream. To buy a brand new truck and take it to the absolute end of its life and then get another truck, which I think a lot of people like convince themselves of. So like when they're buying like a new Toyota or something, they're like, this thing is going to go for 300,000 miles. Well, the majority of the people are just going to get, like you said, get a new truck later on. So they never fulfill that thing. They kind of like make themselves, feel better in buying it because it could do that, but you truly did that. Bought something, took it to the very end of its life, and then started something new, which is the dream for every car and truck owner, I think,
Well, I think it's not even at the end of its life. I think it's like still can go.
Oh, yeah.
For days. But the thing is, and I find this to be very important when you're buying a new vehicle, is to if the price of the vehicle, like there's and like depending on what you're buying it for, remember that if you are going to sell that vehicle down the road, make sure what you're buying will sell down the road. Like You're not going to lose a bunch of money, right? So if you're buying, like is a perfect example. So my mom's car was recently stolen and they totaled it out. It was a Kia Soul. So she got money for it. She's going to buy a car eventually. And so she's like, if she buys a new car, we were breaking it down. I was like, you could get a Toyota or a Honda, or you can save a couple grand and get a Kia or a Hyundai. Because the Kias and Hyundais look really good. They're really good cars. Mm-hmm. But in 10 years from now, when maybe, you're not driving as much and you want to sell the car or, whatever, the $2,000 or $3,000 that you saved initially on the purchase of the vehicle, you're going to lose way more when you go to sell that vehicle.
Yeah. So
just remember that, like when just mentally, like, and that's why this truck, I knew this truck, this is a $60,000-ish something truck, new. I would never spend that on a Nissan Titan. Mm-hmm. I would spend that on a Tundra or an F-250 or a 2500 because they just don't lose as much value, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to buy this truck when it lost all of its value.
Right.
So where the price I got this truck for, I could sell it for that price or more because of the amount of options that are on it.
Right.
I didn't want to just buy the most entry level truck and save a few bucks because I can never sell it. So this truck, say if I want, I'm like, I want a diesel next, like say or I want something. I'm in a position where I can get a heavier duty truck or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I can now sell this truck because of the options. It's worth more than the entry level truck.
Yeah.
Same with yours. Like
Good
you got
plan.
the 4-wheel drive TRD that you paid a little bit more up front, but you'll get that you'll keep that, retain that value. And I learned that by listening to like all these, like Doug DeMiro and all these supercar guys. They talk about their cars like that. They're like, just pay more money up front. And then in return, you're gonna keep that money. You're gonna basically, it's like free money.
Yeah, that's why Doug DeMiro ended up with that TRD Pro Sequoia. Mm-hmm. Same scenario. Yep. But yeah, no, that's such good advice. And for a lot of people who are thinking about buying cars or want to buy cars, like you gotta have a plan. Yeah, can't just go willy nilly through it. There are people who do, but there's those whatever they're themselves. Yeah. One of my favorite things is when I come across the guys on TikTok who they're on lots and stuff, and they kind of like put people on blast about like buying cars. Like there was a lady who bought a fully electric Chevy something, didn't like it, traded it in for a Bronco, completely upside down. And like he was going through the scenario on this thing, and I'm just like, these people are out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's
It's
some
just
people
like,
that
it's
are
the
just,
complete opposite of what you're talking about.
yeah, 'cause there's some people that are just like, oh, I have a $900 car payment, and that's my car payment now for the rest of my life.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine too. Hey, man, if you're
using your car every single day and you are in your car for hours a day, definitely you're in a different type of relationship with a vehicle than I am.
Right.
And you are, and other people are. Everyone's relationship with their vehicle is different. And also everyone's wants and needs are different, right? So I said buy a Toyota or Honda earlier. Both of those vehicle manufacturers make some of the most boring cars.
That's true.
Boring looking cars. Camrys and Accords are Civics. They're nice. And don't get me wrong, a Civic Type R is probably one of the most best driving cars out there for the money.
Yeah.
But some people don't like those the way they look. Some people
some of those Kias are dope, dude.
Oh yeah, exactly. So you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Personally,
this is just us.
This is
just
me.
in our little.
Yeah, this is the way that my brain thinks because I don't want a car payment forever. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, I'm going to pay the Maverick off, and then I'll roll this into. And so now I need people to go buy T-shirts.
Yeah, there's the other end of it.
For the time being, I have 2 car payments. But those 2 car payments are going down, and eventually I will not have a car payment.
Yeah, and that's again, and that's a different goal too. Some people like
or some people lease. They lease. They're forever. They're like and that's the VW. I call that the Audi, BMW, the German cars.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, that's the only way to own those freaking things.
Lease them, 60,000 miles, get a new car. Gone.
Yeah. No, that's the only way to own those things.
But they're the best looking and best performing cars.
Oh, for sure.
It's like,
and you're always driving a brand new car. I think that's one of the things too. If someone is thinking about doing this, we are not experts, by the way, not experts. No. But
and our life with vehicles is not like everybody else's life.
Right, because you have to, if you want to go down you listen to you buying your truck and me buying my truck. The other half of that, it sounds fun. Like, you just got a brand new Titan. You just got a brand new Tundra. That's so cool. Yeah, but the other side of it is this truck is going to be a 20-year-old truck eventually and an old truck, and I'm still going to be rocking it. You know what I mean? So you have to, that's the secondary thing.
We hope we are still going to be rocking it. Because
that's the plan, and that could change. But, I mean, just judging by the track record of our past vehicles, there was a point when we were both driving 20-year-old trucks to these shows, and everybody's got brand new freaking trucks and diesel and blah 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 blah. You have to be comfortable in that spot too to have this part. So
it's one of the big reasons I chose a Nissan Titan, because out of every newer truck made, it's the only one with the most simplest drivetrain.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have cylinder deactivation. It doesn't have turbos. It's just a V8. With a transmission, you know what I mean?
That's nice about that thing, because especially with all these turboed vehicles now,
you just
those have a shelf life.
Yeah, well, and exactly, and diesels too. Jeremy at Dre 5's diesel, he's got a GMC 3500 Duramax, beautiful truck. It's given him 0 problems. It's got 98,000 miles on it, absolutely no problems. Just got the first problem. And it was a diesel related problem. And it was like a hose. We couldn't just buy the part. You had to buy this whole thing. He just traded it in and got a new 3500. And it's just because that's one of the reason I didn't want a diesel is because, one, I don't tow enough to have a diesel, and fuel's more, maintenance is more. You break down all these costs, and that's how my brain works. I'd sit there and plan, just okay, if I'm driving across country X, this, and just all this stuff, and I'm would I like a dually diesel, all that stuff? Yeah, not 100. I'm not paying $100,000 for it. I'm not to that need yet.
Yeah. No. So, hey, everybody's needs are different, and everybody fulfills them differently. So
it's because it is really funny when you. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's so funny when you talk about stuff. It's just get a diesel. I don't want a diesel. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
No. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't.
Well, I mean, because I think a lot of it is that old school thinking My family has a 2000 F350 that still does work, but that's a different truck. That's not the same truck that they sell, today. So, but people still back then when my family bought that truck, diesel was consistently $1 cheaper than gas, and it made a whole bunch of sense, and it got better gas mileage and it towed so much, but it's, things evolve, things change, and
gas engines these days are really, really good.
Yeah.
And anyways,
anywho,
I'm very excited to go on a couple road trips with it.
Yeah. I'm excited to go on a couple road trips with it too.
I know it's got, so I was talking to Lindsay last night, and, I was like, the next time we get snowed in, we're all going to have more room to sleep in the truck. Yeah. And the damn thing has rear seat heaters.
Yeah. So Lindsay's going to be warm.
And it's got like vents in there. And for me and you, it's got dual climate control.
Come on. That's it. That's the solution right there.
It blows my mind that when I'm buying these things, I'm not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about all of us in it. And not that like dictated, not that dictated any of my decision making, but it is in the back of my head where now when one of us is driving, I could have you. I'm like, man, I'm cold. I just turn my heated seats on you, and you turn your AC seats on and point your cold to me, and I point my heat to me because we're two different types of people when we're driving. Yeah,
it's funny,
hilarious. You know? What I mean?
It's very funny. Heck yeah! And then when the time comes to take my truck somewhere, you have to get in my my non-heated seat, single climate control,
non-power seat.
Oh,
this has power passenger seat too.
I know, it's amazing.
I was driving because my mom
the lap of luxury,
and I looked over and I go, "Is that seat power too?" And she's like, "I'm all."
Heck yeah!
And then the steering wheel is like moving the steering wheel to find the lever to adjust it. No, it's power telescope and up.
Nice.
The whole thing.
Heck
I'm like,
this is amazing. It's like stepping in the future.
Which is funny because we talked about this before. When you go from one extreme, Doug, if you're listening to this, I'm ignoring your phone call right now, and I'll call you back. Going from like the Titan to the Maverick, which the Maverick is a very stripped down version of a vehicle. As like the lap of luxury. Yeah. And then going to this, like if someone
it's like the height of
luxury. Like, but if somebody with a I don't know what the higher trims of the Chevys and stuff,
like a Denali,
or an Escalade. If they jumped in the Titan, they'd be like,
"Oh, this thing's
so you're poor." Yeah. You only have two memories. You only have two memory things, and your screen is not 12. It's not 18 inches. It's only 8. It's like,
it's fine. It's all perspective, man.
Let us enjoy our luxuries while we have them.
Yep. Yeah. And also go buy T-shirts to finance this whole freaking thing.
Yeah. And if you buy any, we sold some of the drop shirts.
Cool.
And if we sold a couple at the show, sold a couple online. If you do notice, they are just a little bit more expensive than normal because we did use a more expensive brand shirt, and I want to hear from people how they like the fit of those shirts.
Did you end up wearing one?
Yeah, I wore one on the show.
Yeah, that's right. What'd you think? I never asked you. What'd you think?
I loved it.
Oh no, we did talk about it because we were talking about how it's like all like very like it feels like you're wearing nothing.
Yeah, but I don't like the feeling of wearing nothing. Like when I wear a Next Level shirt, or some of those very soft thin shirts, sometimes it feels like too nothing.
Yeah. Like, no, this is the perfect amount where you still feel like rugged in it, but it does feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's such a nice T-shirt.
Yeah, go buy one.
Go buy one and try it on, and let us know. And because I've been thinking of like, should I should print more on these, but I don't know. If people will spend that amount of money, because they are more expensive. So
yeah, because some people don't even care. They're just like, it's a shirt, man. Just put it on.
I know, right? And then some people will get them. And they'll be like, yeah, I don't like it. And it's like,
yeah, exactly. Hey, that's the way it goes. But anyway, go buy shirts. LiveLifeCustom.com, grinder-tv.com. Watch our videos. Is yours coming out today? For sure?
Yes. I'm almost done with it. I'm doing a bunch of like.
So then I'm going to say mine will come out in a couple days because I don't want to drop them at the same time.
You want to drop them all at the same time? Everyone's so much entertainment.
So much. I don't know. We'll see. Because I still have to do a couple things before I do that today. So, and I have a busy weekend. So I don't know. Just when it comes out, watch it and watch yours.
Yeah. And I have this little note here. When people are commenting on the YouTube videos, if you're replying to a certain thing we said, try to put a timestamp in it.
Oh, yes.
Because when you put like responding to minute 5:30, we can touch that 5:30 and it becomes linkable and it takes us straight to that. Because someone commented on the video, one of the videos today, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about because I'm not going to remember any of this episode when we upload it and then previous episodes. So,
and if you're not that tech savvy to do that, just say, hey, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's hilarious when you said.
Yeah. Our brains.
Or you're wrong when you said.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So make comments because it helps the video and the algorithm. Comment the videos, like the videos, do all those things, share the videos. And that's
all right.
it.
That's it. All right. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.